Good evening, I am Garima. This is Jago Himachal 365 TV. डर के नहीं डट के, and you're watching Hillcoast News Channel. Let's start today's headline. Delhi Police to set up committees to combat third wave of COVID-19. Tamil Nadu e-registration, new relaxations announced. Can't give rupees 4 lakh compensation to COVID victims, Centre tells SE. Ahead of J&K outreach, high-level ministerial meet underway at PM's residence. 239 new cases, 10 deaths in Himachal. Former IG Conver Vijay Pratap likely to join up on Monday. India records less than 60,000 COVID-19 cases after 81 days. BJP will wrest Fatehpur seat, say Avinash Rai Khanna. 2 more die of black fungus at IGMC Shimla. 5 defense officers set to face general court marital in demo scam. Now news in detail. Delhi Police to set up committees to combat third wave of COVID-19. Recorded 14,32,168 cases and 24,907 deaths due to the COVID-19 disease till now. On Saturday, the national capital saw 135 new cases and 7 more deaths. According to the Health Department, this is the second time this week that the daily infections were below 150. With the strong possibility of emergence of a third wave of the coronavirus disease COVID-19 pandemic in the country, Delhi Police Commissioner S.N. Srivastav on Saturday announced the formation of district and Thana level committees for public health care management in the order to prevent the wave in the national capital. Tamil Nadu e-registration, new relaxations announced. Tamil Nadu government that on Sunday announced the lockdown extensions till June 28 also announced some travel relaxations, categorizing the district into 3 categories. In the third category, which consists Chennai, Tiruvallur, Kanchipuram, public transport is allowed with 50% occupancies in buses and government buses without air conditioning. Inter-district transport between these 4 districts will also be allowed with 50% occupancy in these 4 districts. Rented cars, taxis and rickshaws can operate with passengers not having to avail e-registration. However, in taxis, 3 passengers other than the driver. In auto rickshaws, 2 passengers other than the driver are allowed. Can't give rupees 4 lakh compensation to COVID victims, Centre tell SE. The Centre has informed the Supreme Court that the finances of state and Centre are under severe strain due to the reduction in tax revenues and increase in health expenses on account of the coronavirus pandemic, and rupees 4 lakh compensation can't be paid to all those who died due to COVID-19 as it would exhaust the disaster relief funds and also impact the Centre and state's preparations to address future wave of COVID-19. In an affidavit, the Ministry of Home Affairs submitted that ex gratia relief under the Disaster Management Act 2005 to 12 notified disaster is provided through the State Disaster Response Fund. And the annual allocation for the year 2021-22 for STRF for all states combined is rupees 22,184 crore. Therefore, if ex gratia of rupees 4 lakh is given for every person who lost life due to COVID-19, the entire amount of STRF may possibly be spent on this alone. Ahead of J&K outreach, high-level ministerial meet underway the PM's residence. Ahead of the June 24 Jammu and Kashmir political outreach by the government, a high-level ministerial meeting is underway at Prime Minister Narendra Modi residence. Home Minister Amit Shah and Defence Minister Rajnath Singh are attending the meeting, which comes as twin backdrop of the much-anticipated J&K meet and the lingering probabilities of the cabinet registration. The meeting is likely to discuss the Jammu and Kashmir outreach agenda with the government keen to restore political and electoral democracy in the UT. Before today's meeting, LG of J&K Manoj Sinha and LG of Ladakh R.K. Mathur called on the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh with mainstream parties boycotting the ongoing delimation proceedings. It was considered essential for the Centre to step in for confidence building and attempt breaking the impasses. Meanwhile, People's Alliance for Gupkar Declaration will meet on June 22 to decide on PM's JK outreach. 239 new cases, 10 deaths in Himachal. As many as 239 COVID cases were reported in the state today, taking the tally 2,282. Besides, 10% died of the virus in the past 24 hours. 2 deaths each were reported in Kangra, Shimla and Hamirpur, and 1 each in Chamba, Solan, Una and Mandi. There were 47 cases in Kangra, 38 in Mandi, 33 in Chamba, 31 in Kullu, 18 in Shimla, 16 in Una, 15 in Sirmaur, 12 in Solan, 11 in Kinnaur, 8 in Bilaspur, 7 in Hamirpur and 3 in Lahaul and Spiti. The total active cases declined to 2,990, providing the relief for the Health Department. Former IG Conver Vijay Pratap likely to join up on Monday. Former Punjab Police Inspector General IG Conwar Vijay Pratap is likely to join the AAP in Amritsar on Monday. AAP Chief and Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal will arrive in Amritsar to induct the ex-cop into the party. India recorded less than 60,000 COVID-19 cases after 81 deaths. India recorded less than 60,000 new coronavirus infection after 81 days, taking the total tally of COVID-19 cases to 2,98,81,965, while the active cases further reduced to 7,29,243. According to the Union Health Ministry data updated on Sunday, a total of 58,419 fresh infections were reported in a day. The death toll climbed to 3,86,713 with 1,576 fresh fatalities, the lowest in 63 days. The active cases further declined to 7,29,243, comprising 2.44% of the total infections, while the national COVID-19 recovery rate improved to 96.27%. A net decline of 30,776 cases has been recorded in the COVID-19 caseload in a span of 24 hours. As many as 18,11,446 tests were conducted on Saturday, taking the total cumulative tests conducted so far for detection of COVID-19 in the country to 39,10,19,083. The daily positivity rate was recorded at 3.22%. It has been less than 5% for 13 consecutive days, the ministry said. BJP will wrest Fatehpur seat, says Avinash Rai Khanna. The BJP will win the Fatehpur seat and retain the Mandi Parliamentary and Jubbal Kootkhai Assembly seats, said Avinash Rai Khanna, in charge of BJP affairs in Himachal here today. He also appreciated the work done by the chairman and the vice chairman of the Goshala board, Gudiya Saksham board and Milkfeed. He said most of the MLAs had submitted their self-assessment reports. Earlier, Governor Bandharu Dattatreya released a book titled My Experience During COVID-19, authored by Khanna, who is also the vice president of the National Red Cross Society. 2 more die of black fungus at IGMC Shimla. 2 more mucormycosis patients, including a woman, have died at the IGMC here, while the male patient hailed from Hamirpur. The woman was a Shimla resident. They were hospitalized on Monday 28 and died yesterday. As many as 12 black fungus patients had been admitted to the IGMC hospital since May 20, when the first case was reported in the state. Of the total 12 patients, 6 have died, 3 have recovered, and 3 others are under treatment, said Dr. Rahul Gupta, Deputy Medical Superintendent, IGMC. 5 defense officers set to face general court-martial in demo scam. A brigadier colonel, lieutenant colonel, captain and warrant officer are set to face a general court-martial (GCM) in a case of alleged illegal exchange of old currency notes worth ₹6 lakh with legal tender at the One Central Base Post Office in New Delhi after the 2016 demonstrations. They are also accused of preparing 5,944 forged forms with fake IDs for the exchange carried out on November 9, 2016, a day after PM Narendra Modi declared all ₹500 and 1,000 notes invalid. According to the charge sheet, Brigadier Suresh Gupta and the Director Operation and Technical, Ministry of Defence and Nodal Officer of the Army Postal Service Base Circle, Brigadier Gupta is also accused of pressuring Brigadier M.K. Khan, then Director Army Postal Service Headquarters Western Command, for not submitting an investigation report into the scam, interference in the post office internal functioning, and allowing his son to have unauthorized access to Treasury cash book of One Central Base Post Office. Colonel Subhash Chandra, then Commander 1 CPBO, is also facing trial. The GCM of Brigadier Gupta and Colonel Chandra will start on June 28. Thank you and stay connected with Hillquist.
हेलो हिमाचल 365 टीवी सूचना समाचार मनोरंजन एजुकेशन और भी बहुत कुछ लेकर आ रहा है.
This is Himachal 365 TV and you're watching Hillquist News. I'm Garima.
मेरा नाम है आशीष.
ये है हिमाचल 365 टीवी और आप देख रहे हैं हिलक्विस्ट टीवी न्यूज. हम जल्द आ रहे हैं पूरे हिमाचल की ताजा तरीन खबरों के साथ. हर तरह के समाचारों के लिए देखिए हिमाचल 365 टीवी और जुड़े रहिए हिलक्विस्ट न्यूज के साथ. Himachal 365 TV and you're watching Hillquist News. I'm Garima.
मेरा नाम है आशीष.
ये है हिमाचल 365 टीवी और आप देख रहे हैं हिलक्विस्ट टीवी न्यूज. हम जल्द आ रहे हैं पूरे हिमाचल की ताजा तरीन खबरों के साथ. हर तरह के समाचारों के लिए देखिए हिमाचल 365 टीवी और जुड़े रहिए हिलक्विस्ट न्यूज के साथ.